Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how I make and use a drop shot rig for panfish. This rig is great for when I want to present the bait naturally off the bottom. There are a couple of scenarios that I most often use this rig. The first being if there's clear water with some wary fish in it that are pretty shy, I'll use this in hopes that that natural presentation will draw them into biting. I also like to use the drop shot on windy days when the wind is making it difficult for me to use other rigs. The drop shot allows me to maintain some tension on the line that makes it easier for me to detect when the fish are taking the bait. When I'm using the drop shot for panfish, I'm most often going to have my ultralight spinning combo. The line on the reel is going to be anywhere from 2 to 6 pound test, mono, or fluoro. And here are the components that make up the actual rig. You'll need a panfish hook, a drop shot weight, or a casting weight. And there's a reason why I have these two different types of weights right here, because there is a significant price difference. We got our two weights here. The first of which is a 1/8 ounce tungsten drop shot weight. At Bass Pro, these come in a pack of 4 that are going to run about $6.50 and $1.62 per unit. Now comparing that to the 1/8 ounce lead casting weights that come in a pack of 18, those are going to run about $3.30 per pack and 18 cents per unit. So if you're made of money like Scrooge McDuck and want to spend the cash on the tungsten drop shot weights, they are essentially going to accomplish the same thing. Now to the part where I put this thing together. For the demonstration, I'm going to use high-vis fluorocarbon so it's easier for you guys to see. The high-vis stuff will enable me to show you guys what I'm doing a lot easier. The first thing I'm going to do is tie on the hook, and I like my hooks to be about 6 to 12 inches above the weight, so I'm going to start way up the line here so I'll have plenty of line to work with when I tie the weight on. To tie the hook on, I'm going to fold my line in half and then make a little point with that line where I can feed it through the eye of the hook. It's going to go through the front and out the back. Once I've got it through, I'll pull a good amount of line through, enough where I can make an overhand knot with it. It should look something like this. Now on my right hand, I'm going to open up the loop and then thread the hook through that loop, bringing it up past the eye. Now I'm going to semi-tighten it, but before I do it all the way, I'm going to wet it with some spit so it slides together easier. Then pull on the main line and tag in to tighten the knot. Use a pair of pliers to make sure it's good and tight. And then at this point, I'm going to take the tag in, thread it through the eye again, through the front and out the back, and then pull on the main line and tag in, and you can see that the hook is facing downward toward the weight. That's the way it should look. Like I said a moment ago, I like the hook and the weight to be about 6 to 12 inches apart, so I'm going to tie the loop at the appropriate distance to meet that criteria. And the loop I'm going to tie is called a surgeon's loop. So again, I'm going to double over the line and make an overhand knot. Now it's going to look something like this. I'm going to take the looped tag in my right hand and thread it through the loop once again. And now at this point, I'm going to wet the knot with some spit so it slides together easier as before. Then I will pull on the loop and the main line and tag in opposite directions, tightening the knot. Then I will trim the tag end, and now we can add the weight. You'll notice the drop shot weight has an oddly shaped eye. I'm going to thread the loop through the eye of this weight and then wrap the loop around the entire weight, then bring it back up past the eye and tighten it until it's squeezed between that eye right there. Now that I've got my drop shot weight together, it's time to put it to work. All right guys, I'm going to put the rig to work with a 1-inch Berkeley Gulp minnow as my bait. Here we go. So when I'm fishing a drop shot, for any species really, but when I'm going for panfish, I don't really cast it out there that far. I wouldn't say I cast it out more than 20 feet usually. Really depends on what angle I'm fishing at. If I'm at an elevated position, what I really want, oh, I've already got a fish on there. Let's see if we can get him. Nope, missed. Ah, dang. All right, so regardless of what elevation I'm fishing at, if I'm up on a boat deck, if I'm on a bank like this, boom, got one. What I'm really looking for is the angle of the rod. Right, not a big guy, but he's fish, so we'll take him. See if we can catch a bigger one. So like I was saying, I don't really cast it out that far, probably no more than 20 feet. And what I'm really looking for is, like I was saying, the angle of the line. Like I've got my rod pretty much at a 45-degree angle right here. It's giving the line a nice angle to elevate that bait in the water column. Now if I'm up on like an elevated boat deck or maybe up on a cliff or something like a rock cliff, I might lower the rod tip down like this, but really it just depends on what angle the line is at. All right, so we got a hit on that last cast. It's spring right now, so a lot of these fish are coming up out of their depths into the shallows, getting ready for the spawn. So these things are pretty freaking active right now. There's another one. There, oh, that is a nice fish right there. Oh yeah, what do we got? This one's way nicer than the last one we caught. I don't know if this is actually a bluegill. I think we might have something else. I think we might have a bass. No, it's a catfish. Amazing. That's awesome. I'll take that. A little channel cat. See if we can lift him up without break. Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see my light, ultralight line. Oh, I got him. All right. There is no telling what's gonna happen when you throw a line in the water. You're coming out here for bluegill and you catch wonderful fish like this. All right, let's let him go. See you, buddy. All right, I'm gonna cast it out. Nice little distance right there. And when I'm retrieving the drop shot rig, usually I'll just either give it 1 or 2 cranks to the reel and just let it sit there, wait for the fish to hit it. Or sometimes I'll just kind of pop it up like this. Not very much, just a little pop. Just get it up in the water column, move it forward a little bit. Give it another crank, pop it up. You know, you can vary the retrieve. This is somewhat of a versatile bait that you can, oh, there's one, nice. There we go. Well, catching guys like these in bunches is a heck of a good time, and you can do a lot of this with a drop shot rig. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to check out other videos on my channel, I got a couple options you can pick from right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.